Thank you guys for coming. I will start off with problem 1. So basically, in this problem, you are trying to find Sanjay's rank. So you're given the ranks of Sanjay's classmates, which will be the numbers from 1 through n with one number missing. And then you have to find which number is missing. So in this case, the numbers from 1 through 5 are there, except 2 is missing. So you print 2. So basically like the more obvious solutions to this problem is like storing all the numbers in the input in a set, and then adding all the and then you can loop through all the numbers from 1 through n and then check which number is not in the set, right? So like we can do something like loop. So we know there will be n minus 1 numbers besides like on the second line, and then we can add the all the numbers, and then we will just check by looping over the numbers from 1 through n which number is not contained in the set, right? Then if this is the case, then we want to just print I, and then we don't technically have to break, but because we know like there'll only be one number, but like it's probably just better style to break out of the loop. So this would work. A different solution, because this would be like if you didn't know how a set worked, you could just make like a Boolean array called like maybe like scene, and then you would basically mark all the numbers, basically all the indices that you see as true. And here I'm just going to subtract 1 from all the numbers because array indices are 0 indexed, but the numbers given are 1 indexed. And then after this, we would be able to just loop over all the elements, and then if one of the if like an element is still false, that means that wasn't in the input. So then we need to print that number, and then the break is optional again. So like this so like if you weren't familiar with the set data structure, this solution oh yeah, the from +1, yeah, because you have to convert from the 0 index to the 1 index in the problem. But the challenge version of this problem asks for you to solve in O of 1 memory, which means that you can't store like all n numbers like we did in these first two solutions. So there we can realize that we can sum up the numbers from 1 through n and then subtract the given numbers, and then we would end up with the singular missing number. So there actually is like a formula you can use for the sum of the first like n integers, positive integers, which is n times n plus 1 over 2. Yeah, I have to multiply it by 1L here because this could exceed the incapacity, right, 10 to the 5th squared. So when you have an operation or like an expression between a long and an int, the resulting expression will be a long. So all I need to do is make sure like the first thing I have is a long literal. It's just a literal of value 1 and data type long, and then this will be a long. Then everything after it will just stay as a long, and then it will ultimately be assigned as a long. I could have also done like that to like typecast, and this would take precedence, and then everything would be a long. But if you didn't know this formula, it didn't matter. You could just still loop over the numbers 1 through n and add them up. That would still maintain the O of 1 memory. And then we can just go through all of the numbers in the input and then subtract them. And then what's left is just the missing number from the input. So if you submit this should be correct. Does anyone have questions? Okay, so